Hi, Nonna here. Welcome to my channel. I think this is my 5th video and I'm slowly gaining confidence on doing this. Today I just thought I'd tell you what I'm wearing today. So I've got a green dress on and I've actually just added a black waistcoat. Let me just show you. And it gives a completely different look. Anyway, that's not what I'm here to tell you today. I'm here because I want to come and talk to you about how my confidence has changed over time. Now, I wasn't a very confident teenager. I just didn't have or appear to have the same sort of confidence that other people have. And I would say my confidence has done that over the years. And you only need one little thing to knock you back. When I became a mother, I think that my confidence about myself took a bit of a knock because I was very confident with my children and how I was bringing them up. But I really do think that I just became mum and I kind of lost a little identity of who I was. Now, my name is Karen, but I'm actually known on this channel as Nonna because I am Nonna to my granddoggies. Anyway, so that's how that's come about. So my confidence at the moment is in a really good place, and that comes, an awful lot of that comes from me losing weight, without a doubt. But also, I think as I've got older, I'm 63, and I think as I've got older, I'm less bothered about what people think because they're entitled to think what they think. And I have no control over that, and you don't have any control over what people think about you, and you mostly do not know unless somebody comes up to tell you. You couldn't possibly know what they're thinking, and they might not even be thinking anything about you. I mean, they might be thinking, that's a nice green dress, that brooch looks nice, oh, that's a nice necklace. Or they might be thinking, oh, I don't know if I put that waistcoat with that dress. But it doesn't matter. That's a choice. I'm choosing today to put a waistcoat with a dress. That's my choice. And I put it together, I liked it, and it gave me a bit of confidence. So there we go. I put it on. I didn't feel confident about doing that, but once I'd done it, I thought, actually, that looks absolutely fine. So my confidence raised just a little bit. So your confidence does this all the time. Just because somebody's quiet, just because somebody's shy, doesn't mean to say that they're not confident. They may be very confident. I'm confident about the work that I do. I'm confident in the way I dress now. I wasn't confident 2 years ago. I bought dresses that I had to buy that was going to cover me up, and so I could sort of pale into insignificance because I did not want to be noticed. Now, I'm not saying that I want to be noticed now. I want to fit in. Everybody just wants to fit in. I say everybody, I don't know that. Some people may not want to fit in, but most people just want to go along in life and have a very easy time of it. But life isn't like that, is it? You have the peaks and the troughs, all sorts of things. You know, you can going along quite nicely, and then a curveball and it knocks you for 6. I don't know what it might be. For me, the one thing I can think about was losing both my parents. That really did knock me. And most people, grief knocks them. But I had a choice. I had to pick myself up and just get on with life. I realised that, you know, it is part of life and I needed to just get on with it. And now, you know, I don't stop thinking about them, but I often think, I wonder what they would think. Would they be proud of me? And I think they would, particularly now I'm really looking after myself and I'm enjoying life. Really am enjoying life, which is fantastic. And if you can enjoy your life, but you've got to find what works for you. Now, friendships can actually knock your confidence. And I can say that, a number of friendships over my time, they come and they go. And I was reading something the other day. There were two things actually I was reading. And one of them, friendships often come in 5 to 6 year cycles. So if you think about the friends that you had many years ago and the friends that you had 10 years ago and the friends that are in your life now, the chances are there's only one or two of them that have come all the way through with you. And there's a reason for that. The reason for that is we change as we go through life. We change because of age, we change because of circumstances, and that can have a knock-on effect to your friendship group. They may not know how to handle it. They may not like the person that you have become. There's a whole number of reasons, or it could just be geographical and they have moved out of your life, and although you intend to keep in contact, you don't always, and they just fizzle out. Anyway, those friendships, the ones that stay, I can think of several friends that are with me and have been with me for the biggest part of my life. Some are school friends that I probably did lose contact with in the middle, but because I moved away and I came back again, and they had different circles of friends. We had our own families, but then we've reconnected, which has been fantastic, and I've really enjoyed that. And actually, even that has been enlightening on in some situations, because my thinking of what was going on when I was sort of naive really wasn't the case at all, having sort of quite deep, meaningful conversations with some people. So that's the sort of, I'm talking about the sort of teenagers there. And it can go back as far as primary school. I've got friends who were at primary school who are, I still call them my friends, but we don't meet up, we don't have coffee. But we are in some kind of contact, albeit through social media. And I like that. Because I can see what's going on in their life. Because again, they were a big part of my early years. So you've got those early years, you've got those teenagers, and some of those friendships still go through with you. And then you possibly go through the whole relationship, starting work, moving away. You make new friends at work, you make friends when you're going out. You then maybe meet somebody, so your partner, you then meet friends through that as well, and of course a bigger family because of that. So that's those friendships. But then you've had the children, and then you get children, they make friends, and you often make friends with their parents as well. So as you can see, people come into your life at different stages. Anyway, this thing that I read was, why do some stay and some go? And it's very, very simple. It's some can't cope with the change that you might move away, the change that you might have got married, the change that you moved in with your partner, the change that, you do have children. If you've been blessed with children, then, sometimes that doesn't suit their lifestyle, so they slowly move away. And then, of course, you can come to the more upsetting times in your life where it might be a breakup of a relationship. That's always really hard on, both parties, both families, and not just you and your partner. It extends out to family and friends. It ripples out. It really does. It affects everybody. And some friends can't actually cope with that change, and they don't change with you. But the friends that stay with you do change with you. So that's why they're able to, because they're changing and adapting as life changes. And that's, that's life. You're not the same person that you were. I'm not the same person that I was when I was 14. I'm not the same person as I was when I was in my 20s. because I wasn't confident. I really wasn't confident at all. Some things I was really confident about doing, but I'm not as confident about those things now. For example, one of the things is I'd get in a car and drive anywhere, absolutely anywhere. That sort of thing, not so. Back then, in my early 20s, if I was meeting on a one-to-one, I'd be fine with it. But in a group of people, I was a little shrinking violet and I could not handle it. I still don't like the group, meeting a big group of people. I'm still not okay with that, but I'm better. I am better at it. But I probably single one or two people out and have a conversation rather than a conversation with everybody. So I have adapted to how I cope with these situations. I've always felt very socially awkward. But having said that, conversation I had with one of my long-term friends on night one, when I met her, I was introduced to her when I moved away from home. I went to Oxford to work, and this friend came from Portsmouth to work in Oxford, and she lived in a basement in the house and I was living in a house opposite, and I was asked would I just go and say hello to her and just get to know her, really, because she didn't know anybody. And of course I did. I went over, and you know what, the minute I met her, we got on like a house on fire, and it was like she had always been part of my life, and she's still part of my life. She lives a long way off, and we have occasional phone calls, the odd text message, whatever, and that's really lovely. But when we do get on the phone, we don't stop talking. And we had a really lovely conversation the other night, and she was saying she's really enjoying my social media posts, which is, that's a real confidence booster because it's a big thing, putting yourself out there. And she was saying it from the heart. I could tell because I know her well enough. And she said, the person that I see in front of the camera is the person that I met 40 plus years ago. She said, you are just you. And I'm not going to go into all the things that she said because it'll sound like I'm just being big-headed, and I'm really not, but it really was a confidence boost. So we were just talking about that, and again, that's a friendship. That's a friendship that has been built over the years, and she's adapted and she's changed with me as I have her. There's been some very sad situations, there's been some very happy situations, and we have celebrated and commiserated, and that is the important thing. You celebrate with your friends, you commiserate with your friends. I have found in certain times of my life that some friends move on when things are not going so well, because again, like I said, life is like that, and there's peaks and troughs. I have another group of friends that I went to college with. Absolutely fantastic fun, and there's 6 of us all together, and we had a great time at college. And there was the very loud, very chatty, very good fun. That everybody was good fun. There was a very sensible one. We'd all got our place, our role in this friendship group. Anyway, we all went off to different parts of the country, or some stayed around this area. But when we all met up recently, what I found really, really interesting was we all still played the same role. We still had fantastic fun. We still laughed until our jaws ached. And it was just the same as what it was 40 years ago. We've all got so many stories to tell, so many stories. In fact, when I go down there and when we all get together, I take this wooden spoon. So if somebody's telling a story, you can guarantee that somebody's going to interrupt because they've got something to add to it. And then sometimes we don't go back to that story. But it's important for that person to say, and we want to know because we're interested, of course. So we have to take a wooden spoon. So if you're holding the wooden spoon, it means that person cannot be interrupted. Anyway, that's a sideline, but it is always good fun. So friendship groups can either make or break your confidence. And just recently, I find the people in my life give me confidence. I have met new friends recently, and I've met them while I've been out shopping. I have met them by going to charity shops regularly. And I've just met them in different places, and it's just lovely. But I've still got the friends and still keep in contact with them. So it's okay for your friendship group to grow, but it's also okay to let some friends go, because that's life. You know, that's what happens. People will either come with you or they won't. Not everybody will celebrate your highs. Not everybody will commiserate your lows. But friendship and confidence, to me, have gone hand in hand recently. People have given me the confidence to come on here and do this. One word, sometimes it's all it takes. Strangers have given me the confidence. And when I say strangers, it can be somebody who will just say something really lovely. And I think that's so important, to be that person as well. If you see that somebody looked nice, go and say it. So I said this on another post. If you see somebody and you think they are dressed nice, just tell them. Just say, I think you look really nice today. You don't know them, but they look nice. There's something about them. They're giving off a glow. And the post I did about that, the friend I was talking to the other night said she had read that, and she also feels that's very important. But she'd never really had it happen to her until the other day. And she said she was having a really bad day. And she'd got to go out. She was waiting at a bus stop, and somebody said to her, you look really nice today. You look really coordinated. Everything just matches. You look really lovely. And she said it instantly made her feel more uplifted. So all the things she'd got going on in her life at that moment seemed just a little better, because somebody had said those kind words. So friendship and confidence, to me, goes together. Friends are so important, and they give you the confidence to do things that you might not want to do. They give you confidence to face things that are difficult, but they're there for you, and they have changed with you, and they've adapted with you as your life has changed. Because when I was 20, I didn't think I'd be thinking differently about anything, but I do. When I was 30, I didn't think I would be feeling different about anything, but I do. You go through those stages of life, and they're not just from baby to toddler to teenager and so on and so forth. They continue to go on. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, because my YouTube channel is something that I'm really enjoying doing. And the reason that I do it is for me, because it's something that I want. It's something that I enjoy. But also, what has been lovely is people saying to me, you are very good at what you do. I love your videos. When are you going to post your next video? What are you showing us next? What are you going to be talking about? I really liked that, what you did. And that's a real confidence boost. And that's why I do this. So if there's something that you are thinking that you would like to do, talk to your friends, because they may give you the confidence. Step out of your comfort zone and just do it. Anyway, I hope you have a really fabulous day. And thank you for subscribing. If you don't already subscribe, and then please do. I do a few of these talking videos, but not too many. But I do share fashion and styling, oops moments where I do something which is silly. I put those on as well. So you get the real me. You get me. Anyway. Have a great weekend, and thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.